With me is Kwandiwe Kondlo from the University of Johannesburg. He's a professor there, just to talk a little bit about these results. And again, seems that anybody who sits in this chair just says, "Ooh, Cope, this is not good. Things are not looking good for them."
Yes, I think the emerging picture for Cope at the moment, of course it's still early, but the emerging picture is not a...
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're sitting behind us. We've got Cope in at, where am I? Got to get my eyes there. There we go. 23,554. I mean, this time in the last general election, they were doing much better.
They were doing much better in the last general election. I think the internal divisions, the internal war, has done a great damage to the Congress of the People.
All right, let's have a look at some of the provincial pictures now, because this is what is going to tell us more of the story. Let's talk Eastern Cape. So we got the ANC with a big lead over there at 73.8%. We got the DA 15.56%. The UDM is coming in there at third position at 4%, and the EFF 2.7%. All right, talk to me about that. What are you making into this so far?
It's also a very interesting picture, you know, because I actually thought the UDM would make a much stronger impact in the Eastern Cape. I mean, given that General Bandu Olomisa was at a certain point the leader of the former Transkei, and over the years actually his support base has been more in the Eastern Cape. But I find it interesting that really the DA is actually far ahead of the UDM.
Yes.
And of course, it's also interesting to see the support of the EFF. Yes, but of course we need to wait and see. Maybe the picture is still going to change.
I'm sure
we'll see UDM maybe taking number 2.
Look at the percentage of the votes that have only been counted. I mean, just so that's 16. Is that 16%? Yeah, 16.38% turnout. So you know, we still got a long way to go in terms of.
We still have a long way to go.
1.47% spoiled votes. So, I mean, you know that whole campaign about spoiling your vote didn't look like it paid off at all. Looks like people went out and voted in these elections.
Yeah, people went out and voted, but I think at the end of the day, we'll need to sit down and count and unpack the spoiled vote.
Yes, yeah,
because I still find it quite complex and difficult to separate whether a vote has been spoiled deliberately or was it just unintentional mistakes.
Okay, all right, so you have to really analyze those spoiled votes. That was the Eastern Cape. We've also got the Free State that we can put up just to have a look and see the picture there. ANC 63.2% of the vote, the DA 22.16%, the EFF 7.6%, and the Freedom Plus, interestingly, at 3.2%. Remember, 16% of the voting districts have declared their results in that area. All right, give us your analysis there.
Also an interesting picture because you don't see Cope anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they have a showing in the Free State Legislature before? Previously?
Yes, quite a serious showing, and it's also Mr. Likota's home province.
Yeah, of course.
You originally come from the Free State.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it looks like they're not even number 3. But let's see what happens as more votes come in.
EFF more popular than the Freedom Front Plus this time?
That's quite interesting in the Free State.
Yeah, in the Free State. Certainly would be a story to talk about. So there you go. Just again showing you what's happening in the Free State Legislature. Very, very interesting picture that's coming up there. 67.38% turnout in the Free State. That's not a very good number at this point. 67%, below that 70% mark.
The turnout of the voters
in this particular province right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that a good turnout, a bad turnout?
Yeah, it sounds like it has gone down.
It certainly has gone down.
It has gone down, and that's a worrying fact, actually.
The overall turnout in the previous election was around about 77%, but this is a provincial breakdown. We're still counting. It's still early days, so let's not read anything into these results as yet. But it's just interesting to see how the picture is coming out. Now, Gauteng is the province that we can have a look at right now, a very highly contested province between the ANC, the Gauteng, and the EFF. But here here's your picture. 54.7% already going to the ANC. Please look at how low that is, though. It's only 4% of the voting districts have been declared right now. So this picture is going to change dramatically. The DA 31.2%, EFF 8.4%, and the Freedom Front Plus 2.1%. Prof, what do you think?
Yeah, if the EFF and the DA were to decide at a certain point to merge their vote, the ANC would be in a serious danger zone.
The chances of that happening, though? EFF, DA, I mean, didn't the EFF say they would never do something like that?
You know, politics is politics. There are no permanent enemies in politics.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. At a certain point, you might see the two parties decided that, look, for strategic reasons, yes, let's join forces.
Yeah.
And that would put the ANC in a difficult situation.
Yeah, in a very
because as you can see in this particular province, of course, it's still early, but the ANC seems not to be doing extremely well.
All right. Well, 74% voter turnout in Gauteng. That's a very, very nice percentage that we're looking at right now as the votes have come in. Again, please, only 4%. There's a long way to go.
There's still a very long way to go.
Yeah, the counting in Gauteng is nowhere right now. All right, let's have a look at KZN. Here's a picture to, I suppose, analyze. Look at that, neck on neck, the IFP and the DA.
And the DA.
ANC 63%, DA 13.3%, IFP 12%, and the NFP 8.1%. That, let's just first talk IFP, NFP. They've literally split the vote there now.
Yes, because really if you could add their percentages together, at least the IFP, you see, would have quite a significant support base compared to the DA.
Yeah. But the DA, I mean, that coming out there, that's a new victory almost for the DA.
Yeah, the DA grows in each election. The DA grows in each election.
Sure. All right.
Which actually means it's a serious opposition party.
Yeah.
South Africa should take cognizance of.
Yeah. Well, it's a serious, in South African politics, it's a serious opposition party.
It is a serious opposition
because the
party.
ANC has still got the majority of the vote, no matter which way you look at it. But it is coming up higher and higher in terms of the ranks. Again, KZN, only 6% of those voting districts have been declared.
Only 6%,
Prof, I interrupted you. What did you want to add to that?
No, I think the point I was going to say, look, the trend with the DA is that it's increasing with every election. And what we need to now monitor and check with the ANC is whether there's going to be a downward trend.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're monitoring. That's what we're having a look at. We're looking at the winners. We're looking at the losers in these elections. We're looking at the casualties in these elections as well, and the interesting stories that are coming about, because it really is an interesting picture that is starting to emerge. The counting started in the I suppose not in the early hours. It started at 9 o'clock last night, as soon as the polling stations had closed around the country. The very first voting district to declare their results was Mount Aleph in the Eastern Cape, and that one was a massive showing for the ANC. So it certainly is quite an interesting election that is taking place here for the 2014 elections. I hope that you are proud of your mark on your finger. I'm proud of mine. I wanted my lady who marked my finger to make it big and bold so that I could walk around with it and make myself feel very happy about voting in these elections, because that's what it's about. It really is. All right. Let's go down to the floor.